Picture this. You've just turned 78, and after a busy day filled with little tasks around the house, dinner with a friend, and a few cherished minutes on the phone with your grandchild, the lights go out and your head hits the pillow. For a moment, you feel a wave of relief wash over you. Yet night after night, instead of drifting into the deep rest you crave, you lie awake staring at the ceiling. The hours drag by, and when morning finally comes, you're even more drained than the day before. It's a vicious cycle, one that many seniors accept as inevitable. That's just what happens after 75, right? They say. But let me share a secret with you. It doesn't have to be this way. Not too long ago, I met Harriet, a vibrant 84-year-old who loved to cook for her family. She had a smile that could light up a room, except it rarely did, because she was always exhausted from restless nights. She tried warm milk, reading in bed, even playing calming music, but nothing seemed to bring the deep, soothing sleep she desperately needed. Then one day she stumbled upon a simple breathing technique that changed everything. Within a week, she was drifting off to sleep within minutes, waking up refreshed and enjoying her passion for cooking once again. Here's the best part. This breathing approach isn't complicated. It's so straightforward that almost anyone, regardless of age or physical ability, can learn it. The real tragedy is how few seniors know it exists. When you go night after night without proper rest, you don't just feel tired. Your memory can start to slip, your mood can dip, and your body may struggle to keep up with daily activities. If you let it go on long enough, you risk more than just a little fatigue. You risk losing your independence, the precious ability to think clearly, and the joy in your relationships. But there is hope. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 key insights, 5 building blocks, that will show you exactly how to harness a simple yet powerful breathing technique to radically improve your sleep quality. These insights aren't guesswork. They come from the experiences of people like Harriet, from observations of doctors and specialists who finally recognize how crucial controlled breathing can be, and from my own journey helping countless seniors reclaim restful nights. So in the next few minutes, expect to discover practical steps you can use immediately. The final insight may surprise you. It's something that often gets overlooked, yet it makes all the difference in helping your body truly relax. By the time we're finished, you'll see a clear path forward, one that can help you wake up each morning with renewed energy and purpose. Doctors and specialists are finally recognizing the power of mindful breathing for seniors, especially when it comes to sleep. After years of watching older adults pile on medications, many experts are now looking at more natural approaches that are effective and easy to follow. And it's not just about getting one good night's sleep. It's about reclaiming your overall well-being, maintaining independence, and enjoying your golden years without the constant drag of fatigue. Before we dive in, I have a small request. If you find this content helpful, please consider subscribing to this channel and tapping the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And if you enjoy what you learn here, type 1 in the comments to let me know. If for any reason you don't find it valuable, type 0 so I can continue improving what I share. Your feedback means a lot, and it helps guide me in creating more content that can make a difference in your life. Let's explore these 5 essential points that will help you unlock the full potential of this simple breathing technique and ensure you drift into a restful slumber night after night, year after year. The first essential element to understand is this. Most seniors are breathing incorrectly, and it's sabotaging their sleep in ways they don't even realize. For decades, we've been told to take a deep breath, but few people ever explain what that really means. The common misconception is that a deep breath is all about puffing out your chest and taking in as much air as you can, as quickly as possible. In reality, that style of breathing barely moves beyond your upper lungs and can actually create tension in your neck and shoulders. Let's flip this conventional wisdom on its head. Deep, restful breathing actually originates from the diaphragm, the muscle located just below your lungs. When you breathe using your diaphragm, your belly expands, your shoulders stay relaxed, and your ribcage opens gently. This is how your body is designed to draw in maximum oxygen while staying calm and centered. The trouble is, by the time many people reach their 70s or 80s, they've spent decades in a state of shallow chest breathing, often triggered by stress, inactivity, or even poor posture. Like Harriet, who didn't realize she was locking her diaphragm without meaning to, you might be shortchanging your body of the oxygen it needs for proper rest. Take Michael, 77, for example. He'd been a shallow breather his whole life, always rushing, always tense, especially after dealing with high-pressure work as a financial consultant. When he retired, he thought the stress would disappear, but his long-held habit of shallow breathing followed him right into retirement, contributing to restless nights and daytime fatigue. One day, a physical therapist walked him through a simple exercise. Lie down with one hand on your chest and one on your abdomen. Take a breath and see which hand rises first. Much to his shock, his chest hand shot up with every breath, while the hand on his belly barely moved. That eye-opening moment led him to focus on diaphragm breathing. Within 3 weeks, he was sleeping more soundly, waking up just once or twice instead of 4 or 5 times. His energy levels soared, and he found himself resuming hobbies like gardening and woodworking that he had abandoned out of sheer exhaustion. The surprising truth is that chest breathing doesn't allow your body to enter that deep relaxation zone essential for restful sleep. The practical advice here is to start a simple daily ritual. Spend 5 minutes, ideally before bed, practicing slow, deliberate diaphragmatic breaths. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Feel your belly rise, not your chest, and exhale gently for a count of 4. If you find it hard, place a small book on your abdomen and watch it rise and fall to help retrain your muscles. When you make this a habit, your body and mind slip into a more relaxed state, signaling your nervous system that it's safe to power down for the night. The emotional payoff for those who commit to this approach is huge. Better breathing equals better sleep, yes, but it also ushers in a sense of calm. Think of it like flipping a mental switch from toss and turn mode to restful and ready mode. Imagine how wonderful it will feel to drift off without 1,000 anxious thoughts flooding your brain, to wake up feeling refreshed and confident in your ability to face the day's challenges. This new technique, though simple, might be the missing link you've been searching for. Now let's move forward to the second key principle. It's not just about how you breathe, but when you do it. Another common misconception is that a wind-down routine only matters if you're an insomniac or someone dealing with extreme sleep issues. The truth? Every senior can benefit from creating a pre-sleep breathing window, a calming period right before bedtime that trains the body to shift out of its busy daytime rhythm into the slower, restorative pace required for deep sleep. You might be thinking, I already read a book or watched TV before bed. Doesn't that count? The surprising insight is that not all relaxing activities are created equal. Activities like watching television or scrolling through a phone can stimulate the brain in ways that actually make it harder to drift off. Even reading, if the material is too stimulating or the lighting too harsh, can keep your mind racing. This is where a short, consistent breathing session can make all the difference. Consider Helen, 79, who tried everything from herbal teas to late-night showers. She'd been told, just find something relaxing before bed, so she would watch gentle nature documentaries. But the flickering screen and background noises left her mind wired. One evening, she decided to replace her TV time with a simple breathing ritual. She dimmed the lights, set a small timer for 10 minutes, and sat comfortably, hands on her lap, focusing on slow inhalations and exhalations. She visualized tension leaving her body with each out-breath, like a soft wind blowing away the day's worries. Within a week, Helen noticed she was falling asleep about 30 minutes faster, and her mind felt pleasantly clean at bedtime, free from racing thoughts. Here's the actionable step for you. Dedicate a 10 to 15-minute window each night strictly to mindful breathing. Think of it like flipping a switch. Daytime is off, nighttime is on. Turn off the TV, silence your phone, and dim the lights. Sit in a comfortable chair or lie down, gently close your eyes, and let each breath be your anchor to the present moment. If you'd like, add a calming visualization, such as imagining a gentle wave washing over your body, carrying away fatigue and stress. When done consistently, this nightly breathing window becomes your body's cue to start producing the hormones that encourage deep, healing sleep. The emotional benefit of a dedicated breathing window is a sense of control and predictability. Sleep no longer feels like a mysterious, unattainable goal. It becomes something you can actively nurture. You'll go from dreading bedtime to welcoming it, knowing you have a simple tool to guide you into a restful state. That sense of empowerment, especially at a stage in life when so many things feel out of our control, can dramatically lift your spirits. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't yet subscribed or clicked the notification bell, please do so. Your support really does mean the world to me, and it helps me bring you more tips that can lead to a healthier, happier life. Moving on to the third crucial insight, the power of exhalation. Most people believe the important part of breathing is filling your lungs with air, but the overlooked reality is that how you empty your lungs can be just as vital, especially for quality sleep. A surprising number of seniors never completely release their breath. They hold on to small pockets of stale air, which can keep the body in a mild state of stress. Imagine a balloon that's only half emptied of air before trying to inflate it again. It's less efficient and can create more pressure than necessary. That's exactly what happens in your lungs when you fail to exhale fully. You rob yourself of a fresh start with each new breath. A thorough exhale not only helps remove carbon dioxide more effectively, but it also signals your nervous system to relax. Think of a slow, prolonged exhalation as a gentle cue that says, "It's time to calm down. We're safe. We can let go." Look at Robert, 80, who spent 30 years as a bus driver. He was used to being in a constant state of alertness. Traffic, schedules, and passenger safety all demanded his attention. By the time he retired, this heightened alert state had become his baseline. He breathed quickly, took shallow inhales, and rarely let out a full exhale. Nights were torture. He'd lie in bed, his heart pounding, unable to shut off the vigilance that had become second nature. A friend introduced him to a long exhale technique, which involves counting for 4 on the inhale and counting for 6 or even 8 on the exhale. The first time he tried it, he felt almost dizzy, as though his brain was finally getting oxygen it had been starved of. Within a week, Robert felt more at ease, and his restless nights started to become the exception rather than the rule. The practical tip here is to pay special attention to your out-breath. Inhale comfortably through your nose, then exhale slowly through pursed lips as if you're blowing out through a straw. This lengthened exhale triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode, which is key for quality sleep. Once you get the hang of it, you can integrate this method into your daily life, whether you're sitting in a waiting room or relaxing on your porch. Each time you extend that exhale, you're teaching your body to move away from stress and toward rest. The emotional benefit is the sense of relief and release you'll experience. Many seniors find that once they master the long exhale, they not only sleep better, but also handle daytime stress with greater ease. That recurring knot of tension that often sits in the chest begins to loosen. Conversations with family become more pleasant, physical activities feel less daunting, and overall life satisfaction climbs as that constant edge of anxiety begins to fade away. Now, the fourth key principle is something people often underestimate: body posture and alignment while practicing your breathing. The misconception many seniors have is, as long as I'm breathing, posture doesn't matter. I can just slump in my favorite recliner or sprawl in bed. The counterintuitive truth is that poor posture can compress the diaphragm, limit lung expansion, and even tense muscles in your back and neck, all of which make it harder to ease into sleep. Let's challenge the idea that we only need good posture when we're standing or walking. Healthy alignment is equally important during our downtime. For instance, if you're seated upright, ensure your feet are firmly planted on the floor, your spine is supported but not rigid, and your shoulders are rolled back slightly to open the chest. If you prefer lying down for your breathing exercises, try placing a small pillow under your knees to reduce strain on your lower back and support your head with a pillow that keeps your neck comfortably aligned. Consider Jane, 76, who suffered from chronic lower back pain. She believed the pain was due solely to aging and mild arthritis. However, she discovered that her habit of slouching during her bedtime reading was also contributing to tension in her lower spine. When she adjusted her posture, aligning her back with a pillow behind her lumbar region and keeping her neck straight, she found that her breathing came more naturally. The surprising payoff? Not only did her back pain lessen, she fell asleep more quickly because her muscles weren't fighting against poor alignment. The actionable step here is to do a quick posture check each time you practice your breathing routine. Imagine a thread gently pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling, lengthening your spine. Keep your chin parallel to the floor or mattress and relax those shoulders. If you feel uncomfortable in any position, adjust until you find that sweet spot where you can breathe deeply without strain. Proper alignment is like laying a foundation for the house of your breath. Once you have it, everything else fits into place more easily. Emotionally, having better posture can boost confidence. You'll feel more awake and more in control. Sleep becomes an active choice rather than a passive hope. This sense of empowerment can ripple through your entire day, making you more likely to engage in light exercises, social activities, or even pursuits you've been putting off because of fatigue or discomfort. If you're still with me and you're enjoying these tips, please comment 4 below. It's a small way to let me know you're present and engaged. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. This community is growing every day, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Finally, let's talk about the 5th insight, which often gets neglected: transforming your bedroom into a sanctuary for deep breathing and restful sleep. You might believe that if you can fall asleep anywhere, on the couch, in a recliner, or even at the kitchen table, then the environment isn't that important. But the reality is that your bedroom's atmosphere can either support or sabotage your breathing efforts. A simple slogan to remember is, serenity invites serenity. If your bedroom is cluttered, too bright, or full of distractions, it's much harder to settle into a slow, steady breathing pattern that lulls you into rest. In contrast, a calm and comfortable environment encourages deeper, more rhythmic breathing, which is the gateway to quality sleep. Take Margaret, 82, who was struggling with insomnia. When I visited her home, I noticed her bedroom had several harsh overhead lights, a television that was often left on all night, and a desk piled with paperwork. She was literally sleeping in her own workspace, so her mind never really turned off. We made a few simple changes: removed the television, added soft lamps with warm bulbs, and tidied up the piles of paper. We also introduced a gentle lavender scent, known for its calming properties. Within a week, Margaret reported feeling cocooned in peace whenever she stepped into her bedroom. Her breathing practice became more enjoyable, and she started falling asleep more quickly and sleeping more soundly. Here's the practical advice. Do a mini audit of your sleep space. Check the lighting. Is it too bright, or can you switch to softer lamps? Look at the temperature. Is it set to a cooler setting that most sleep experts recommend, somewhere around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit? Make sure your mattress and pillows support good posture. Consider adding calming elements like soft music with no lyrics, nature sounds, or a diffuser with a mild scent, if you don't have allergies. These subtle tweaks transform your bedroom from a catch-all space into a true sanctuary for rest. When you combine a peaceful environment with intentional breathing, you create the ideal conditions for your body and mind to let go of tension. The emotional reward is a profound sense of safety and comfort. You won't just be going to bed, you'll be entering a refuge designed to cradle you into restful sleep. And because the bedroom is the last place you see at night and the first place you see in the morning, having it be a peaceful, inviting space can influence your entire outlook on life. All 5 of these principles, proper diaphragm use, a pre-sleep breathing window, the power of a long exhale, mindful posture, and a calming bedroom environment, combine to form the foundation of a simple breathing technique that can dramatically improve sleep quality after 75. Sometimes it's the small tweaks done consistently that yield the biggest results. As we bring this conversation to a close, take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. Imagine yourself putting these insights into practice, one step at a time. Picture what it would feel like to crawl into bed, take those slow, soothing breaths, and drift off with ease, knowing that you're giving your body the rest it needs and deserves. By understanding how to breathe more effectively, You're not just influencing how you sleep tonight, you're taking a massive step toward a healthier, more energized tomorrow. The urgency to act couldn't be more real. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's essential for maintaining your memory, boosting your immune system, and preserving your independence. Every night you spend tossing and turning is another day of missed opportunities, drained energy, and foggy thinking. But it doesn't have to continue that way. Right now is the perfect time to decide, I'm going to try these strategies starting tonight. Which of these 5 points resonated with you the most? Maybe you're drawn to the idea of extending your exhale, or you're excited to transform your bedroom into a calming haven. Perhaps you're intrigued by the posture adjustments or the nightly breathing window. Whichever point spoke to you, commit to implementing it. Just one small step to begin with. Maybe it's turning off the TV earlier or placing a pillow under your knees when you lie down. Picture what your life would look like if, a month from now, you could sleep restfully without the constant worry of being awake at 2 a.m. That dream can become your reality. I encourage you to leave a comment below sharing one specific insight that you plan to start using. Let us know why it stood out to you and how you think it will help. Reading your comments is truly inspiring, not just for me, but for everyone in this community who's on a similar journey to better health and more fulfilling days. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend or family member who might also benefit. Every action you take helps spread valuable information to seniors everywhere who deserve to rest well and wake up with a smile. You have the power to make a positive change in your own life, starting right now. The simple breathing technique we've discussed is like a golden key, small, easy to overlook, but capable of unlocking a treasure trove of rejuvenating, life-enhancing sleep. Use it, embrace it, and watch how something as fundamental as breathing can transform not just your nights, but your entire outlook on what's possible after 75. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I look forward to hearing about your successes. We'll see each other in the next video. Until then, breathe deeply, sleep well, and remember that your best days can still lie ahead.